Hello, Cousin Johnny here. We'd like to thank our sponsors for the Buzzin' with Cousins show. We thank you. Thank you, that garlic stuff. If you like garlic, you're going to love it. Put it on just about anything. That garlic stuff. Tuesday, Alvarado Farmers Market, or go to thatgarlicstuff.com. Thank you. Thank you, Art. I Heart You Candles, located right in front of Fisherman's Wharf. Beautiful hand poured candles. These are very inspirational candles. Call Sherry at 574-9446, right in front of Fisherman's Wharf. They're great. Thank you, Max Fit Meals, 520 Fremont Street. Grab and go healthy meals. They're delish. On your way from home from work, go grab some, heat them up, and fantastic. Thank you, Suds Cyber Laundry, 709 Lighthouse, Pacific Grove. Great modern machines, big screen TV, coffee, and a great friendly staff. Thank you, Suds. Thank you, the Whiskey Club, 425 Alvarado Street. Over 400 whiskeys to choose from. Go in, relax, have a drink. They have a bottle shop. They have room for special events. The Whiskey Club, thank you. Thank you, storyteller, author, and all-around good guy, Tony Albano. Tony has written 3 books, the latest being Cherish, about a New York teenager and a nun find love. Thank you, Tony. And if you want to order the book or find out more about Tony, go to Tony, Tony, Albano, Albano, storyteller.com. Check it out. Thank you. Thank you, sponsors, for the Buzzin' with Cousins show. We thank you. Hello, how's everybody doing out there? Cousin Johnny here, bringing you another great show. I'm excited about our guest today. He's a member of the high energy, fun local band, the Transducers. Please welcome Jason Stout. Jason, how are you?
Hey, Cousin Johnny, how you doing?
Great. Appreciate you coming on. And I also appreciate you, the Transducers, for what you guys do in the community. I know you guys played at different fundraisers. So we really appreciate what you guys do in the community, and you guys rock and roll.
So, thank you very much, man. Appreciate it.
Jason, so where are you from and how'd you end up in Monterey?
So majority of my life was spent in the foothills of California. Just think Calaveras County all the way down into Sacramento. And got myself into Monterey chasing a job that quickly dried up when I came down here. And so I just scrambled, juggled about 4 jobs until 4 jobs became 3, and then 2, and then 1, and just wound up down here in Monterey in the process.
It's always great to, we live in this great community, and I'm always curious how people end up in this paradise that we're on, that we live in. So when did you start playing guitar?
I started playing guitar when I was 15, and I am now 43. So, and of all places, I first picked up a guitar in Scotts Valley. It was a little Christian summer camp, and I was going to work there for half a summer at the horse ranch there in Frontier Ranch in Scotts Valley. And I just knew there was a lot of people playing guitar, and I said, I want to bring a guitar with me and learn. And even though I lived in the foothills of California, that's where I spent most of my summers, is at that little church camp. And I just kept going at it, and here I am.
Nice. Now, Jason, you spent some time in the Air Force. Were you in the Air Force?
That is also true. That goes all the way back to 1999. I did some ROTC when I was in college. I unfortunately didn't graduate college, and that was kind of part of that process. But then I returned back to wear stripes instead of bars, and was an X-ray tech through the reserves, and then also in the Air Force Band as a
Oh,
guardsman.
great. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's really great. Yeah. And you've been I did a little research on you, and you were the director of the Presbyterian Church of Monterey, right?
Yes, First Presbyterian Church in Monterey. I started there in 2017, and then as the pandemic hit, my job as an X-ray tech that I had a licensure for on the civilian side became increasingly more difficult to juggle both it and the music director position. So I unfortunately I stepped down. It was on good terms, and as a matter of fact, I played there Sunday, the what is that, the 30th? Yeah, I was there on the 30th, playing with the bluegrass group. So they had a pancake breakfast,
Beautiful,
and
yeah.
everybody still loves me and misses me over there, and I might be uh, there a few more times as the future goes on.
So I was the other day I was going through and on YouTube, a glass of wine, and just going through YouTube, and I was figuring, let me go check out the transducers. So I'm looking at some transducers, but then it had you at the church, where you had some videos when you played at the church.
Yeah.
So
That,
I thought, well, what the hell? I'll just click on it. So I clicked on it, and there was one the only one I heard. It was really I enjoyed it.
oh, thank you very much.
Rejoice.
Yeah.
That's a I love that song.
Yeah, there during the lockdown, they were having a lot of other people from the church contribute music, and I was amongst some of them, and so I pulled a few of my musician friends, and we said, let's go ahead and do a few of these numbers and go from there. So there's a few up there of all of us playing. Some of us have masks on, and
Yeah, I
you know.
saw that. Yeah. Now Rejoice is kind of like a folky rock, kind of like a folk type.
Yeah, I did a quick pull up. So if you see my eyes
Yeah,
darting one way or the other, I'm cross referencing with what you're talking about.
it was.
And yes, it's a Christmas song.
Yeah,
So we were asked to do a little bit of music during that time, and so I popped that on. I think that's the one I picked up the harmonica, if I'm not
yeah.
mistaken.
You picked
Yeah,
up the
yeah.
harmonica.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Those things are incredibly easy to play and incredibly difficult to master at the same time. As long as you have breath, you can play it. However, it takes quite a bit of expertise and skill to master. And if you've ever seen Chuck Brewer, one of our fellow harp
oh,
players
yeah. God,
on the
yeah.
peninsula, he's mastered it. So
He's good.
yeah.
Really, really, really great. Yeah, I've known that guy like 40 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Um, what was I going to ask you? Was that, the transducers?
Hmm.
How long have you been with them, and how long have they been around?
So I've been with the Transducers probably since 2020. Now that wasn't their inception. They were originally the house band for the Rocky Horror Show over at Paper Wing Theater. Now I'm
Yeah.
trying to find a little bit of the lineage behind that right now. by messaging Taylor as we speak, just asking when she first started with Rocky Horror. And I was in that band in 2014 and 2015. Now, I don't know if your platform will allow swearing, but the original name that we used, 2014, 2015, was Queen Bee and the Sonic Transducers. Now,
Nice.
that has evolved and of course probably changed hands. I doubt there's really any connection other than it was a coincidence that both of those house bands wanted to use the transducers in the name. But then Taylor took over as music director for that, and that house band became the Transducers. And a few iterations through that evolved, they became their own band, and that's where we are now. So somewhere I would say that I might have been abstractly involved with the transducer since 2014,
Yeah.
but the actual inception happened a few years later there with probably around 2016, 17, somewhere around there.
So I was thinking now when I saw the name Transducer when I first heard the band and going, I was thinking that's got to be because I grew up. They still had the black and white TVs with those big tubes in the
Yeah.
back. Thinking those had to be transducers. So what the hell is a transducer?
Well, I can give you a very nerdy response because I have a few years of X-ray experience underneath my belt. So an ultrasound tech will use a wand on your body to see all the interior. Now that is called a transducer, and
Okay.
that will emit an echolocation type of energy and convert it into electric energy and then into a visual representation on the screen. A very, very basic explanation of what it does. There's a much bigger thing that's going on physics wise, but that's kind of the gist of it. So a transducer will convert one form of energy into another. And the transducers from Rocky Horror, it
Yeah.
is a sonic transducer that takes musical energy and converts it into physical energy, making people dance and kind of loosen their inhibitions. So the transducers, where we use that name, is basically our energy is converting into music, and that music is then converting into energy back into the audience. So that's where we kind of go into it. It's the actual reason is a little more theater nerdy than it is the X-ray nerdy. Because I came in much later in the band before it was already called that. So it all just kind of worked out that we all have our own versions of a transducer. But yeah, that's what a transducer is.
Oh, you got that right because the music is. I mean, you can't stop by hopping up and down or when the band's playing. So that description of high energy is that's it.
Oh,
That's a transducer.
oh, thank you very much.
You guys have played like here locally, the Sportsman and different Salty Seal, different venues here, but you've also played at the Mountain Winery, which is a great venue in
Yeah,
it's Saratoga. That was a great venue. And
man. Yeah, that was such a incredible experience. I won't bury the lead. We played a pre-show for Melissa Etheridge on July 3rd at that mountain winery. It was
man,
just an incredible experience, and we are looking forward to going back, as a matter of fact. So
oh,
that'll
that's
be
great.
happening. We could talk about dates a little bit, and I'll
We
just
would,
leave that
yeah,
as a teaser. So when we start talking about dates, I'll mention the mountain
going
winery
to.
again.
And another big venue is Mid State Fair.
Yep,
You played in
Mid-State Fair.
Plattsburgh.
And the Mid-State Fair, we were there on July 26th, and that was an incredible experience. That's part of our stomping grounds that we have been working as far north as San Jose currently, including Santa Cruz, and then of course this area of Monterey. And we are also being expanding our footprint, as it were, down towards Paso Robles, Arroyo Grande, which is San Luis Obispo
Nice.
area. We might even go as far south as Santa Barbara one day. We might actually have something on the calendar right now that I'm not aware of, but that is definitely another spot that we've been looking to expand. So we're making a footprint in the middle of California here.
You guys sure are, and we love it. And you're going to be playing on, I believe it's August 27th at the West End Celebration, probably one of the most premier local art and music festivals probably in California. Is all locals, all local. And let me just give them a little bit of a plug here.
Sure.
And that's the West End Celebration. I know a lot of the listeners out there have been there a million times, but if you have never been there, check it out. I mean, for some reason, you go there and you know everybody. Everybody, the whole town is there, and you see everybody, your neighbor, your mailman, or whatever, the lady that works at the bank. Everybody's there. Great music, and all the art is all local art, and it's all done. So nobody's buying art and bringing it in and selling it. This is all artists that are doing that work. And I bought a beautiful clock for my nephew and his bride for their wedding. And I bought a clock there last year from John Chappell, and he's great, John Chappell. And here's your schedule for the. You guys are going to be playing on the Redwood stage.
See here, if I can get my hand in the right location for it. There we go. We're right there.
1:30 to 2:30. Redwood stage.
Yeah,
that's a good spot.
It is also to say that right after us, Two Rivers. We're buddies with Kyle Kovalik and company that are a part of Two Rivers. So we're gonna stick around and hang out with them as well. So just in case folks catch us for our set, we're gonna hang out and kind of do that thing. So
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna have one of those El Jefe margaritas, those nitro margaritas. They're out of this world. El Jefe is local. That's a local company.
Yeah,
and they're really, I like them. They're good. So we're looking forward to seeing you, the band there, and seeing these other great bands there. So do you have any other dates that you had, or?
So let me go on over there. So West End is on the 26th and the 27th of August. We're going to be there on the 27th, so Sunday at 1:30. Now I'm looking through here. We just played the Salty Seal on Friday, July 28th.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We will be back at Salty Seal September 1st, and that goes from 8 to 11. September 8th, we're actually going to be at the Over the Hill Gang Saloon in Santa Cruz, and that will go from 7 to 10. Let's see here. We're over at Cuz's Sportsman, September 22nd. That's 8 to 11. So there's another local for us. And then, as I said, how we have a presence in Paso Robles now as well. Pine Street Saloon, September 29th, and that is going to be 9 to midnight. Let's see here. And then October 2nd, this is where we are back at the Mountain Winery, and we're doing the same pre-show format, and we're doing that for Pat Benatar. So that's just, it's a wild and crazy thing.
You got some credentials, my friend.
And it's just going to be a blast, and I can't wait for it. And it's just going to be great, since now that we've been to Adele's Garden, which is a part of Mountain Winery. We've already done it once, so now we know some names and faces, and we kind of know the system and how they operate and everything. So now we're going to be able to come right in and just be like a fish in water, working with all those folks there. So we're going to have just a great experience with the crew that's around all of us. But then, the fact that we're also getting to quote unquote open for Pat Benatar is
And
also going to be an incredible experience. So
no, that's one for the record books right there. That's one
yeah,
for the record books.
yeah.
So Jason, like I said, I appreciate you coming on, but
Mm.
let's introduce the band. Here we go.
Sure. Who's our first up here? All
Well,
right. Well, there's the old picture, Sam.
sorry, Sam, we got a good one right there.
There he is. Now, Sam right here, I'm going to scoot over so we can all three fit on here. Sam is actually playing this really cool countertop bass guitar. It weighs 500 pounds. It's super heavy.
Wow.
And this is at the studio of Bones and Knives. Terry Carlton is our producer over there. And this was while we were laying tracks for our EP. And we are working on the LP as we speak. We've got one song already in the can. We've got another one that we're still putting on some final touches, and we've already got the rest of the songs plotted out and ready to go. The LP is going to be on vinyl. We really wanted to do that, and so that's where we're going to go with it. We'll still have a digital download streaming available for folks, but for an actual physical copy, we're going to be going for vinyl. So that's Sam probably. He's not plugged in. He's just jamming with that thing because it was quite a beast. It's such a beautiful instrument. Yeah. So that's Sam Salerno.
Sam Salerno. And then I'm going to add a couple things. He's an instructor at RLS, Robert Louis Stevenson. He was also on the coaching staff of this last year, RLS. They had one of the best years they ever had in history. So congratulations to Sam. Okay.
All right. And here's Lisa. Oh, her picture is a little wider. I'm going to keep scooting over so I could be a part of the picture here.
Okay.
So Lisa is the newest addition to Transducers. She's been with the band a little over a year and a half now. We're probably creeping up on 2 years if we're being honest here. She comes from a blues background and is an absolute firecracker. Was banging on pots and pans as early as she could remember. And has had drummer blood ever since she could walk, and rightfully so. She's an incredible individual and asset to have with the Transducers, and she's wonderful with rolling with the punches. We like to kid around quite a bit, and she's right there along with us, cracking jokes. So yeah.
I had there's a blues band that I guess they needed a drummer for one night, and she sat in with them, and then I saw her, and they told me she was great. Then I saw her at I guess at the Salty Seal, and I said, "Hey Lisa, how'd you like playing with that blues band?" She goes, "Johnny, I've been playing blues forever. I'm a bluesman or blues person." I said, "Yeah." So Lisa Rudda on drums. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And then there's Taylor Safina. She's playing keys and singing. She does a lot of the lead vocals for the group, even though we all sing. She has a vocal performance background, so she has done classical and contemporary alike. I've seen videos of her singing opera, and it's a sight to behold. And she's from the Arroyo Grande area, so she's the San Luis Obispo contact that we have. She has done various music directing at I think Western Stage or Hartnell. I can't remember which one is the one that she's associated with, but they're both in the same building, so go figure. She's done stuff at Paperwing and a lot of other myriad of places. Our most recent show that we did, and that was over the Mother's Day weekend, was a show called Alice by Heart.
Okay.
And Sam and myself were also a part of that, and she was the band director for that show. So she's still very, very much so a theater person, through and through, as is Sam and myself. And we're very, yes, she's the one that helped start the band with Sam. So,
And yeah, she's an actress also that I've looked it
yes,
up.
she is.
She's an
Yes, she
actress
is.
in different venues and the Paper Wing. She does. She's a, I don't know if she still is, but she's a director of Paper Wing music. I think she still is doing that.
She's been vocal directing as of late,
And
so she's still there.
and an instructor.
And she's also a private teacher for piano and such, much like myself. She brought me in to Wise Music, and I teach there. I teach guitar and bass and piano and vocal.
How do you find time to do all this stuff?
I don't sleep.
Louis Obispo, going to Saratoga.
Yeah, I don't sleep, cousin Johnny. I watch the sun go down and come back up.
Okay, well, we love it. Okay, let's hear it for Taylor Safina.
Yeah.
And we're gonna put another guy up.
Oh, that guy. Oh, you've seen my face already. It's been on here for the past 20 minutes. Yeah. And then that's me. That's me. Former Air Force musician in the Air Force band, former Air Force X-ray tech, former music director at First Presbyterian Church of Monterey, and also a former musician and actor over at Paper Wing Theater.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else to say about myself. I'm a goofball.
Okay, good. Well, we like you.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Let's give a shout out to Paper Wing on Cannery Row. Where can you go and have on the most beautiful place in the world, one of them, you're going to have dinner and you're going to watch live theater.
Yeah.
Paper Monterey.
You know, people joke about, you know, a dinner and a show, but that's the place to do it for sure. That is in the heart of downtown Monterey. Well, I guess if you want to call it a downtown, Cannery Row technically is the downtown of Monterey, as is Alvarado Street, but Cannery Row even more so.
And
but yeah,
Coley McBride and her staff, fantastic. Thank you for what you guys do in the community.
And I saw that you interviewed her a little while back too.
Yeah, we did. She was like one of the first 2-3 when we first started doing it, and it was, yeah, we've come at that point was like, how do you turn on a computer? I think this is how I do it. Hold on, let me get the instructions. But
sure.
But she was nice enough to come on, and she's going to be getting from the Arts Council called the Champion of the Arts. She's going to be getting a special award that they give out to different people every year. So we congratulate her for that. But anyway, Jason, you're going to probably get in your car and drive to San Luis or somewhere. So we're going to let you go. And I would like to thank everybody for tuning in and hanging out with me and Jason today. But don't leave yet. We got a little clip of the band of the Transducers. So let's play this clip.
I would like, if I may, before you pull the clip back up, I want to make sure that people can find us on social media. You can find us with our website, thetransducersband.com. We're also in Facebook at the Transducers Band. Instagram, you can find at the Transducers Band. And you can find all of our music streaming available through the website. So if you just go straight over there, there's a few little links and clips, and you could just find out where we're going next, what we're up to. We've got one of our new song releases sitting there as a single through YouTube, and you could just find us through that major hub right there on the website, thetransducersband.com.
And also, let's just say someone just forgets everything that you just got done saying. Contact me, I'll contact them. Somehow, some way, we'll get this going. And but anyway, if you haven't listened to the band, check them out, because it's a party, fun band, and you will love it. So, Jason, thank you so much. And let me play this great clip of the Transducers. Ladies and gentlemen, the Transducers.
You better come get your man, cause I think he wants to be way more than friends. What? More than friends. This is Sam. Somebody come get this man. I think you got lost in my DMs. What? My DMs. What? You better come get your man. I think he wants to be way more than friends. What? More than friends. Hey.
Looking back on when I was nothing but a toad boy. Then my only worries for Christmas would be my toy.
Even though we sometimes would not get a thing, we were happy with the joy that they would bring.
Sticking at the back door with those other friends of mine. Better at the back door with boy that I told you not to go outside.
I'm in bed, you bring the water to your eyes. Thinking in myself up, I'm whipping your behind. I was late, good. Come back once more, but you don't say, yeah, but how you go? You say, good. Come back once more, but you don't say, yeah, but how you go? It ain't my fault that I'm out here getting loose. Gotta blame it on my goose. Gotta blame it on my juice, baby. It ain't my fault that I'm out here making news. I'm not putting in my groove. I gotta blame it on my juice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Blame it on my juice. Blame it on my juice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was fantastic.
Who are those guys?